Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people? It's Door Shutter coming back to you with episode 7 of the T.A.C. SMP, and today we are going to quickly get into the builder because we need this. Do I have any shards? I do. RF Tools Infuser. Can we make one of these? Looks like we can. We're going to grab this and a builder. And what you can do with this, we're actually going to need a flux point here as well, is we should be able to toss this machine in here, grab some dimensional shards, okay, and start slowly infusing this builder to make it just a little bit faster. I think it also makes it a little bit more efficient, but I don't fully remember if that's what happens. But we also may not have enough power to use a builder, but we're going to see and hopefully get some ores out of this, because that's what we truly need right now to kind of just progress. I was going to mess with Ars Nouveau this episode, which we probably still will. So I've cleared out an area back here where we're going to just start Ars. We're not going to do a building. I think Ars is pretty cool just to do outside, because it's not really... I mean, maybe we can do a building future once we get everything kind of figured out. But for right now, I'm okay with it being back here. So I just cleared out a little bit of the jungle, kind of made the hill a little bit cleaner, flatter, and all of that. But yeah, so I want to get into the builder so we can actually get some ores. Sounds like a fantastic idea in my opinion. But let's see. So we can just toss a stack in here. And hopefully this will be infused in a minute. Alright, so quickly, while that is infusing, let's grab a, I guess a silk quarry, I think. This card represents an area that can be used by the shield or builder. Sneak right click on the builder to start mark mode, then right click the mark corners. So I think this is the one we want. I think. So let's go for this one. So we need a shape card quarry, which needs a normal shape card, which needs some paper. Okay. So we'll mark this one. And we need a diamond pickaxe, a diamond shovel. So is this one first? So shape card, this. There's actually another quarry from FTB Industrial Contraptions. I kind of forgot that was even in here. But then we'll grab a shape card silk quarry. Okay. And I've also went ahead and I've made a tag filter thing here. Hold on. It's not hard. It's hard to see what this is actually called. But if we look up filter, this thing right here, which isn't expensive. And then all I've done is I've right-clicked in the air, and I've went add tags, and I just typed in forge ores. So we're going to basically grab everything in here, which is a good thing. So it's going to be whitelist items, and that'll be working, okay? So this should be infused, and now we're going to grab this flux point. Actually, let's look at solar panels. So what tier of solar panel can I grab? Can I grab like 4 of these? Or like 6 of these? No. Can I grab 4 of these? Because this should be able to operate this. So just 2. We'll let that craft real quick. Perfect. And let's grab some pipes. Because I don't want this based on my power system. Because this is going to not work, I don't think, with my power system. So let's go over to the mining dimension. And let's turn off F7 real quick. Let's go, I guess, like right here. Let's make sure F3G. So we're in the middle of a chunk. That is fantastic. Let's go to the corner of this chunk. And let's place down the builder. I think we need to click on this. So first corner. And then our second corner. Let's go over to this chunk over here. Let's mine all the way down. Alright, so I've just right-clicked this corner. And of course, you actually can, I believe, open this up and set this way if you wanted to. But I just, wanted to do this. And since this is a silk quarry, we shouldn't clear out anything, I don't think. I think we should just be looking for the ores specifically. But we'll see. Okay, so we're going to place the shape card in here. We're going to then place the tag in here. And then we're going to grab our energy pipes. and some solar panels. And then we want to grab crescent hammer here and here. Advanced pipe upgrade here and here. And then we're going to just click on ignored, start. And then we actually need to go back to the base real quick to grab something else. Oh goodness, I forgot my jetpack was on. We actually need to grab a diamond backpack here. The diamond backpack and then a stack upgrade or two. So I should have a diamond backpack in here. I also should have a sophisticated, let's see, add sophisticated. Yeah, I have plenty of stack upgrades in here. So now let's pop back. Okay, and all we're going to do is place this down, place this in here, okay, and then just filter. So this should, once it gets, duplicates of ores or, non-unique ores, it'll start stacking above 64. And this should go up to, I believe, like 4,000. So we should be good there. Okay? And it looks like, yeah, we're actually keeping a decent chunk of energy in here. And we can also look at potentially getting some more things as well. So, let's see. Doodly-doo. So I think it's probably working at bedrock right now. There's no real way to tell because it's not clearing anything out, right? So that'll be pretty cool. And we should see that we're already getting a decent chunk of ores. Lapis is actually something that I'm looking for. A lot of this other stuff like iron, gold, redstone, diamonds, emeralds, I don't really need it. But we're just going to keep it for right now. We're going to place this stuff down. We're going to quickly just break it with our silk touch or with our fortune pickaxe or mining laser or one of those, right? So let's grab, I should have my fortune one in here. Fortune 5, fantastic. Okay, that gives us a decent chunk of lapis. And the other reason we're doing silk touch here, of course, is because we have like fortune 5. I think you can actually get a higher level of fortune than that even. So yeah, there's like, what, fortune 8? Yeah, so I don't even have high enough fortune right now, but definitely something to look at. And then I think this should just run by itself, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to let it run. It is also actually out of power, so let's quickly fix that real quick. So if we quickly take a peek at the Solar Flux Reborn mod, we have a few things. Huh. That's interesting. I didn't know there was actually something like that. And there's a Twilight Light upgrade, slightly increased light gathered by solar panel in the Twilight Forest. I love how the integration between the Twilight Forest and this is here. It's interesting. I've never seen a mod integrate with Twilight Forest, in all honesty, like this. So we've got efficiency, we've got transfer rate, we've got capacity, machine traversal, distribute energy to connected machines. Oh, that's interesting. Dispersive, block charging, furnace. So let's grab some efficiency ones. So let's teach the system how to craft the blank upgrades first. And then let's teach it how to make efficiency. And then I think that's all we want. Increase the transfer rate by 15%. I think that's all we need. Okay. Furnace. Accumulates energy to heat vanilla furnaces. Okay. I mean, I guess we could grab some of these if we really wanted to. So let's toss these into here. And let's just grab like a stack of these. Okay. So they stacked in 20s. Okay, so now we should be able to toss these in here. So we can only do one stack, which is fine. Okay. And then we can do a stack here as well. And that does generate 4,000 FE a tick. Okay, so that definitely is a little bit better. Definitely. So yeah, you can see that it's immediately storing more. Okay, that's our problem solved there. So we can see that this is currently at Y level 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then chunk 2 of 12. So this is definitely, I mean, it's cruising. It's working. there's not much more to say. We'll definitely have a lot of ores in the future now. And I could actually take this into the nether and get, what do you call it? Get the netherite scraps and stuff as well. Quartz ores, gold ores. I might just set up a trash can to void a lot of the ores that are in here because, I mean, iron, gold, emerald, redstone. Let's see. I think basically like that, diamond, copper. Well, I don't think we really need copper, but we'll keep copper. So yeah, let me set up some trash cans and stuff, and we'll be back in a little bit to get into ours. All right, so let's quickly set up the solar panels here. So I've got 4 here that are solar panels V5, or V6, I mean. And we are running a quarry currently, of course. And this has actually been going for a little while. I've set up another one and a flux plug to set one up in the nether, which I've already done. And so that's running as well, and we'll go check that one out. But I quickly want to set up 2 more solar panels, which are the V8s, which will be used for not our network, disconnect, add network, private, and we're just going to do shuts, equip, just equip, and just do EQ, that'll work, okay? And then light blue, that'll work. And what I want to do now is set this network and bypass all of this stuff, chunk loading, and of course we'll click apply here. So what should happen is once we connect this stuff, we can then add some upgrades, and then we can actually add these efficiency upgrades. And can we? I don't even know. I thought we could only put 20 in here, but I want to try something. You also can't shift click out of these inventories, by the way. No. Yes, you can. But do they actually do anything? Oh, I just duplicated. That's what Fallen was looking at the other day. So we had 20. Yeah, you can duplicate these. All right, so let's get those out of here. Turn off my magnet. And that should allow for us to generate power. So let's just go /home real quick. And then let's go downstairs. And let's set this to shuts equipment, because this is our wireless charger. Okay. And that means that we shouldn't have to worry about anything else. And I do want to grab a different, or another flux storage here. So let's actually go for, we have a basic one in here. So I think what I want to do is I want to set this one, which is shuts builders, to shuts equipment, and then just do this for shuts builders, and we'll just create bypass limit. So that way we just have a 16 million limit on our actual filling, so we shouldn't run out of power anytime soon. So the reason we want to work on that is because I actually want to get a ring, an angel ring, because we're going to do it this time. For some reason, I decided we're going to try this. So we're actually going to auto-craft this. And I think, yeah, so I need the first tier here. And I think I have basically everything here. The problem is going to be the netherite. We're going to have to work on that in a minute. And we'll go check out the builder. So we've also got lead blocks, blocks of cinnabar. We don't have any of this stuff set up, so we'll have to be setting that up. Also integral components. So we're just going to keep going. So I think what we'll do is we will have all of this stuff set. This is going to be a future project. Because I don't think I can craft even like tier 1 of this right now. I guess I could. Which, I mean, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's craft tier 1. I don't think I can go any further than that, though. Because we'll need blocks of lead and cinnabar. So let's get this charging. Okay. And I guess we could just kind of get rid of our jetpack here. Get rid of this. And we have flight. Creative flight. And I don't think we have like a way to display the power that's in this ring. But that's okay. I don't think there's really a benefit with this. Besides maybe efficiency and capacity. But since we have like infinite capacity, I don't think we really need to worry about anything. Let's check this. Yeah, so this is, I mean, this is stable. Okay. Yeah, so we have flight. Let's get into ours real quick. All right, before we get into ours, of course, check out the Nether Miner. We're currently on chunk 33 of 165, and that is fantastic. So we are getting ancient debris. That's the only thing I've set up the filter for is ancient debris, which is forge ores slash netherite scrap, and that's what you'll actually get. It's just ancient debris. I'm not worried about quartz, not worried about gold, just this, and this is set on Shuts Builder. At least it should have been. Now it is. Okay. So, yeah, we've got that going for us. So let's just go /home. And look at ours. Ours. We need the worn notebook. So let's look at ours. I don't know if I have the worn notebook sitting around here. I guess we can take a peek here. It doesn't look like we do. I don't think I have it in here. I have the spell book, but I don't have the worn notebook. Do we have a tome of some sort? A Kashkik tome? We do, but that'll just give us nothing. So let's just go for worn notebook, which is the actual guide for Ars Nouveau. Okay. So getting started. There's a lot to this, right? The biggest thing I want to focus on is spell building. So let's actually go outside. I have a scribe table. I found this actually in a dungeon, I'm pretty sure. And this is cool. So we've already got this one piece done. And what we need to kind of start going for is glyphs. So this will go into source. It'll go into the scribe table. And this is how you make a scribe table. I think we also do need blank parchment for these, right? Or is blank parchment something else? I can't recall. So let's quickly actually take a look at blank parchment. So this will allow for you to get scrolls. Okay. So there's also alteration table, which I'm not sure. Used to inscribe threads onto magical armors. Okay. So that'll be something we can look at. There's a whole bunch of stuff for this as well. So tier 1 glyphs, here's all of them. Tier 2 glyphs, here's all of those. What I want to quickly take a look at is, I think this one. AoE, which is a firework star. Alright, so firework star here. I just grab a couple of these. So it's just gunpowder and a dye. I don't think it really matters which firework star you do. I know there's a few other firework stars you can make, of course. But let's see. So how do I do this? I think what I do need is a blank parchment. See, I gotta set this back to two-way real quick. So I think blank parchment is something we need, which is Mage Bloom. So let's look at Mage Bloom. So we have Mage Bloom seeds. So do we have botany pot support for this? I'm curious. So let's go pink. Let's go chest. Let's go grass, I think, is probably the best option. If we can even do this, because I genuinely have no idea. So chest, popper pot, this. Okay, fantastic. We can do this. And then we can just give this a 256x speed boost, and we'll get Mage Blooms. And then Mage Blooms, of course, can be turned into the fabric, or fiber. And then I think these actually can be turned into a fabric, but that's okay. So now what we want to do is we want to come in here and press use and look for blank parchment. And then I think we can do a chest on the side of this. Do this. And then I need my Ars Nouveau spellbook back out. Oop, did not mean to do that. That's what I was missing. Yeah, right-clicking on this with a spell book. That's what I was trying to remember. But we can look at tier 2 here and look at AoE. So up here we can just search AoE. Okay, select, and this should start making the glyph, which is fantastic. and then it pops off. Okay, so we don't need the parchment. All right, I just wanted to make sure because I genuinely couldn't remember. And then you just right click to learn. And then what we should be able to do is come into here and we can create a new break spell. So let's go touch, break, AoE is, okay, so we need a new spell book. Did I not make a new one? I thought I made a new one. So let's just do that. And then once we get the wild tribute, we can get the other one. So let's do this now. So 10. So touch, break, AoE, 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 create. And what we should be able to do... Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. How did I just do that? Oh, pressing V actually shows me... And pressing and holding V. I guess just pressing it. Okay. I was just making sure. You actually can see that there is a list of spells you can do here. All right. And we need to actually create this one. So let's just go break, large, create, and let's go to the mining dimension real quick, because I am curious to see what'll happen. All right, so let's just go here. Okay. And then if we wanted to add more AoE, not enough mana. We are definitely going to have to get some mana regen and stuff on our armor, by the way. I already knew that. So yeah, that is... I mean, that's a pretty decent area. That's not even all the AoE we can do. Okay. So let's get some better armor, I guess, as well. We could look at the armor that's provided by Ars, but since I want to use this as a general tool, I want to make our armor better. So let's go look at the enchants we have in here, which we might not have any mana. So we have mana boost. Increase the maximum mana of the player. So we only have one basic thing. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to enchant some tomes. So chest plate tomes. Let's see. What would be the best for mana? Mana boost is what we were looking at. So boots, leggings, legging ones, legging tomes. So let's look at tome. So add apotheosis, tome, not time, tome, goodness. Grab some of these, okay, and grab some lapis, and I'll go grab some levels, and I will be back in a minute. Okay, so we've got 2 books, which are mana boost and mana regen. I think I'm going to throw this onto my helmet and my boots for right now, just because I think that makes the most sense. And I keep trying to fly like I'm using the jetpack, by the way. Hence why every once in a while I jump in the air. It's a habit. I do that in FTB Skies too now. It's not a good thing, but oh well. So we're going to go here and here. So this one, and this one, and then later on we will get another set of enchants, and we will hopefully have a pretty decent set of armor that allow for us to, you know, do all of the mage things that we can. So let's just break. Let's see. You can see how quickly our mana is regenning as well. It's definitely not the fastest by any means, but we also don't have a full set as well, so we got to keep that in mind. And I think with the higher the spell book we get, the higher the actual mana we have down here is as well. So we are only on 2nd tier, so let's kind of work on getting the next tier here. So we are looking for, what are we looking at? So we want an Essence of Vanquished Foes, which we could get by the Imbuement Chamber, which needs an Archmage's spellbook. So we need the Wilden Tribute. And to get the Wilden Tribute, let's take a peek here. So Wilden. So summon Wilden, which is, without augments, the ritual will summon a random variety of Wilden monsters for a short duration. With augmented with a Wilden Spike, Wilden Horn, and Wilden Wing, the ritual summon the Wilden Chimera, a challenging and destructive monster. Note, if summoning the Chimera, the ritual will destroy blocks around the brazier. So we need a brazier. So let's look at rituals here. If I can click on the right thing. So ritual brazier. which is the thing we want. So let's look at that. So let's grab a ritual brazier. So we got this thing right here. So let's bookmark that. I don't think we should be able to craft this right now. Actually, we already have some. So that's pretty cool. So how do I even go about this? Performing rituals. A ritual requires a ritual brazier and a tablet. Once you have obtained a tablet and brazier, place your brazier in the world and use tablet on it. The brazier will ignite and is awaiting activation. In the state, you may throw any additional items as a way to augment the ritual. If you wish to augment a ritual, simply toss the items atop the brazier. Okay, so tablet. We have, I think, tablet summon. This thing right here. Okay, so we actually need a vexing archwood. All right, let me go. Actually, do I have any archwood saplings? I have some vexing archwood actually right here. So let's just plant one real quick. Let's grab some bone meal. Oh, I think this is like being weird. Yeah. Okay. Let me relog. All right. So let's take this down. And it looks like all I needed was one sapling, by the way, but that's okay. So now we've got some vexing archwood, which means that we should now... Oop, there we go. It's taking a second to catch up with me. All right. Which means that we should now be able to craft the ritual that we want. Doodly-doo. Okay, so let's just look up tablet, summon. So we want this one. Okay. And then we want a Wilden Wing, a Wilden Horn, and a Wilden Spike. These three things are what we need to actually summon the Wilden. And then let's get rid of all this other crap that we do not need right now. Okay. And then let's take the brazier and let's just go over this direction. This should be fine, just like right here. Okay. And then we're just going to put this in here. And then we're going to toss this, this, this. And then I think this. And then we should be able to summon any second now. Okay, there it goes. So we want this guy right here, the Wild Chimera. Hope he's in like an undestructible phase for a second here. Yep, here he goes. He goes into another phase. Oh, I think they've done some work on this guy too, from the last time I've seen him. Oh, yep, he is flying. That is cool. So he drops. Here's going to be a third phase, which I think he has like spikes in this next one. Yes. And he actually can do damage when you get close to him and stuff. And I think he shoots the spikes out. Yep, see? There you go. Shot the spikes out. Okay, so let's just let him... So if I press V and I get harm extra... So we actually could do damage to him with this, I'm pretty sure. But this is his final phase. So now he's dead. Witness an explosive dime bomb, pick up a mystical flower from the world, and acquire a Wilden tribute. So I just picked up a Botania flower. But yes, we have the Wilden tribute, which now means that we should be able to come back over here and craft up the next tier of spellbook, which is awesome. Okay, and then I think this is the final tier. No, this one, Ars Archmage's Spellbook, Protection of the Four Elements. So there is kind of another tier to this, added by Ars Elemental, that we actually can get into. And I think we will look at that in a little bit. But now we should have access to basically every set of glyph we could ever want. Let's get rid of this real quick. Oh yeah, Vein Miner doesn't work when holding the Archmage's Spellbook, or Ultimine, so keep that in mind. So let's click on this. So now we have access to Tier 3, which is, you know, just a few interesting ones that you could look at. I don't really think I'm going to unlock all of these. I mean, some of them might be cool, especially for like automation stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of it, right? There is, like, there's bone meal one, but I kind of want to see how much crazier we can make. Oh, I want to get amplify. Let's check out amplify real fast. So I need a diamond pickaxe. Yeah, we can do that. So amplify is actually a pretty interesting one, and I'm pretty sure I could just use this. So amplify, click, select, and this should just go to town here. But amplify will actually amplify the effect of the of whatever you put in here. So for example, if I look at this and I do amplify, I'm pretty sure this should be a little crazier. But we'll see. I'm not even sure. I might be wrong. I know, like, for example, hurt, what it'll do is if you amplify that, it'll do more damage. So you could do a whole bunch of hurts and then, or like a whole bunch of amplifies, and that would be pretty cool. Okay, so let's make sure we are on break large. Let's make sure we saved this one as well. So it doesn't look like it's actually doing anymore. So let's take out that, throw an AoE back on here. Okay, so amplify doesn't do anything with this one. And I knew it didn't do things with specific ones. But if we go, for example, break, where is it? Harm extra. And we actually throw a couple amplifies. Harm is already augmented to the limit. Okay, so you can only have 2 on here. So there is a limit, but we can actually add another harm. And this should do quite a bit of damage. Let's go home. I guess we could actually use the spawner real quick and test this. See how much damage we actually can do to a creature. So this is currently set to pufferfish. Okay, let's grab another kind of mob. Spawn egg. What do we got a lot of? Doodly-doo. So just zombies. That's fine. They'll burn a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, this didn't work. Hold on. Okay, so we got a few zombies here with helmets. So this guy's got 16 health. If we hit him, I mean, it's not the most, but also it barely drains my mana. So I can actually just spam this. So I kind of want to try a bigger creature. So let's actually see. Do we got any wither skeleton skulls? We have a set. Perfect. So soul sand and this. Can I put this in my offhand by any chance? No, okay. So I can just hold it, I just can't. I mean, that might actually still be useful. Holding it while maybe holding like a pickaxe or something and needing to switch. That wouldn't be a terrible idea, but yeah, let's see if we can take out a wither with this spell. So, break extra, or harm extra. Okay. Oop, what's happening? Oh, I just did break extra, didn't I? Or harm, there we go. So if we just spam this, let's just see if we can make ourselves run out of mana here. Goodness, that is a lot. Yeah, so definitely not the strongest spell in the world. But I guess this would actually be cool if we had, like, the chain, I think, is one of them. We'll have to look at that one. There we go. We took out our first wither with Ars Nouveau. But yeah, let's repair this real fast. That was all an accident, but that's okay. It happens. So then we could actually quickly take a look at tossing some of the stuff away here. And let's look at a builder's wand, just so we can actually quickly repair this. But yeah, that is, I mean, it's Ars Nouveau spell, right? Like, this is not going to be the greatest. But we can actually go take a look at other glyphs. There is a lot, right? This is the thing with Ars, is developing new spells. Chaining them together to make new things. And you can also put these in spell torrents, which actually would allow for you to create more interesting things. And I think lightning is the thing I was thinking of. No, not lightning. Split. Causes multiple projectiles to be cast at once. No. Chain. discharge, exchange. So there's like an exchanging one that you could use. Charm, try to dominate the mind of enemy, making them fight for you as a temporary ally. A tameable mob to tame it, or a wild animal to make it fall in love. Each amplify and damage dealt raise the chance of successful charming the target, as stronger mobs will have higher resistance to your control. So there's, yeah, definitely some cool things that you could do, and I don't remember all of them. Here's like Pierce, you could shoot through things through walls, basically. See, Fortune, so you could actually have like a fortune breaking thing. Extract, applies a silk touch effect. Huh. Let's see, there's also like weights and stuff you can throw in here. Craft, so if you wanted to create a crafting table one, you could actually do that. Let's see, Phantom Grasp. Huh. Names entities. That's interesting. Gravity. Summon Steed. So if we wanted to summon a horse, we could. Summon wolves. Snare. So you could actually have like the evokers type of thing right there. So I mean, yeah, and there is tons and tons of these. There's also filters, so you can apply certain things to certain creatures and not others. Life link, you create a link between your life force and the target. Any damage dealt to you will be shared with the target, and healing of that target will be shared with you. So that'd be interesting. I probably will never use that, but yeah. There's Blink, teleports the caster to a location. If an entity is hit, the caster is holding a warp scroll in the offhand, the entity will be warped into a location on the warp scroll. Okay. So the other reason we wanted to look at Ars Nouveau, by the way, is because we want to look at source generation, because we want to get a warp portal system going at spawn just for my base, and then if other people want me to set theirs up, I can. So let's actually look at source generation. So, nope, didn't mean to do that. Let's put the book away for a second so I'm not destroying my entire base. But let's take a look at what we need. So, generating source. We should be able... So, here's source. Agronomic source link. Generates source from nearby crop and tree growth. Bonus mana is generated from magical plants such as mage bloom, source berry bushes, and archwood saplings. Source will be output from the source link to nearby jars within 5 blocks. Bone mealing crops will not grant source. Okay. So basically, we want to have a wheat field or a sourceberry field and have that be auto-harvested whenever things fully grow, right? So let's look at, what do we have for the way of harvesting? I mean, we could do a create one. That might be interesting. Like a create mixed one. Of course, that would require us to get into create a little bit. So this can be done with the multi-servo. This can, of course, be done with the induction smelter and an iron nugget to make 1, or just this crafting recipe here. Andesite casings, of course, require manual application, or a deployer, which a deployer is not that expensive. I mean, yeah, we could definitely look at create to set this up a little bit. But I think there's other ways of generating source as well, though. So let's just kind of look at source generation. So, links, I think, is what we want to look at. So we've got the alchemical link, source by conjuration potions, or consuming potions from adjacent potion jars. The amount of source varies per potion and depends on the complexity of the potion. And type in link again here. So we've got the volcanic. The volcanic source link generates source by consuming burnable items. Archwood logs will generate bonus mana, with blazing archwood generating the most. As the volcanic source link product produces source, it also produces heat used for spawning lava lilies and converting some stone into lava. The volcanic source link automatically outputs the nearby jars, starting with the one closest to it. Nearby blazing archwood items will be burned up in exchange for a chunk of mana and a moderate amount of heat. The volcanic source link will also take items from surrounding pedestals. And these are just, I think, crafting stuff. Like, I mean, like a decoration. Given that these blocks exist beneath it in a 3x3 area, the conversion is dependent on the amount of heat it is produced over time. The volcanic source link will also spawn a lava lily adjacent to it, given time that there is nothing covering the lava. Lava lilies may be harvested and used for decoration. I think this would be a cool one to get. because I think using the botany pots and just creating like a mass archwood farm. Let's actually see if we can do that. I don't have a blazing one. Let me fly around here. Is this one over here, I think, a blazing one? Because if we get that and we have a, like, just a dispenser dropping it or something, or placing it, yeah, so here's a blazing archwood one. So if we quickly just grab, you know, some of the saplings and everything, let's go check and see if we can actually grow these in a botany pot. Because if we can, there's going to be a simple way to automate this. And also we can take this brazier out. We're not going to spawn another wild in for a while, I'm pretty sure. So can we do this? Okay, we can. So we just put this, we take out this, we put this in here, and then this would allow for us to grow that, and then we could just get like a block placer or something. But I'm not sure. So let's look at link. So we're looking for this one. Okay, and I have some source gems in here, which is good. So we have 42 of those. So I could probably create like a good 8 or 9 of these. You know, not too terrible. Just need some buckets. Let's grab some mechanism tanks. So this right here. The reason I want to grab a mechanism tank is because you can use this as a bucket, by the way. How do I do that? Oh yeah, right down there. So it says bucket mode on top of my hearts. And then we can actually go to the nether and just pick up a whole bunch of lava. So let me go do that. Alrighty, so volcanic source links. Let's just grab 8 of these bad boys. Actually, let's just go for... Yeah, 8 sounds good. 8 sounds good. But I grabbed an entire tank full of lava. So, that's 64 buckets, I think. So we should be good. Okay, 9 of those. I decided 9 because I can make a 3x3 of that. So, next thing we need is source jars. This thing right here, which requires archwood slabs. Okay. And we can just do this. Fantastic. And then grab just a handful of these. 9 of these I think will work. Let's go here. Let's grab some dirt here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I think we'll just go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's push it. Let's pull it back 1 here. It's a little far out in my opinion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll move this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know I could definitely space these out more to be more effective, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 5. Perfect. So now what should happen is if we grab a source jar, we're just going to put one by each one of these. And of course, I'm going to surround more of them. I'm just using this for right now. And then we grab some burning archwood. So archwood. So this stuff right here. So if it's next to it, okay, let's turn on quality. Let's turn on particles here, because that's going to be an indication. Let's turn my magnet off. Okay. So you can see that in this radius, we actually have... So if I drop it on here... Okay. So I've got an idea for this then. So I'm going to set up a botany pot, like, mega thing under this. Like, legitimately just under all of this. So let's go here. Okay. And let's maybe put our spell to work here. Okay, let's go break large. Okay. So I think we were standing right here. All right, and let's convert this to a projectile. All right. Let's turn my magnet on as well. So then, let's go right about there, I think. Okay. And then let's just cover up this stuff with stone. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill the bottom of this with just a whole bunch of archwood, blazing archwood. There's not going to be much to it, but I will be back, I think, next episode. Let's quickly... There we go. Make this look a little bit nicer down here. But we will be back next episode here to see the results of this. And then I'm just going to do the botany pots. I'm not going to work on anything else. Just all of the botany pots we could ever need for blazing archwood. And I might, make a few layers of this because I have some ideas on how to make this work. And so, yeah, I'll be back with you guys next episode. Thank you guys for watching another episode of T.A.C. I am enjoying getting into Ars Nouveau. Finally, I have plenty of ideas we could do with Ars Nouveau spellcasting and spell turrets in the future. So, thank you guys. Stay awesome. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.